speaking about the brands itself, a lot of the brands, what they stand for, etc., there is this underlying macro trend of people moving away from packaged and perhaps people also moving away from legacy brands because now, oftentimes, the legacy of a brand is viewed as an albatross around its neck because a lot of the new age customers want to deliberately move beyond that brand because this was my father's brand, my elder brother's brand, or my older siblings' brand. So I would like to move into something that is newer, more niche. How is Nestle planning to ensure that they stay relevant in those customer cohorts as well?
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. Uh, and I hear a lot of in my previous job also about the D2C brands. As far as consumers are concerned, these are brands. How
Yeah.
they reach you is a route to market. But let me touch on the first point which you brought up. The one thing which has changed, 15 years back, a lot of us would not look at back of pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little bit of blind spot for the consumer. There was a regulation, you had to print things. Today, most consumers start there because it's not just about, whenever we think about Gen Z, Gen Alpha, people start talking about social media. But in my humble opinion, the one thing which is at the center of it is the goodness of the food they are consuming.
Exactly.
They are very, very aware of sodium and salt and sugar, and it's a starting point. Yeah. It's not a good to have thing, it's a starting point.
Yeah.
Now, let me give you an example, and I spoke about it. Even today, if you went to most of the quick commerce, our shares on Maggie noodles is higher there than the overall Wilson Apples. Maggie is, you could call it a legacy brand, but the reality, Mangalam, is pick up a Maggie, pick up any other meeting, see the back of pack. It has by far the lowest sodium.
Got it.
Yeah. Let me talk about ketchup. Yeah, a ketchup is a ketchup. Pick up a Maggie ketchup and pick up any leading brand in the country. Yeah. Compare the sodium and the sugar. So what is, sometimes we can get distracted by what surrounds the store. But at the core of what the younger generation wants is good food, with the right ingredients. And I can say it very proudly on most of our products, uh, we are industry leaders. It's a very challenging thing. So let me ask you, salt is something which is adds to flavor, gives
Yes.
you the umami. It's so easy. Yeah. To substitute it with a healthier ingredient is a challenge. Now, why can we do it? It's not just because we've been around for 130 years. 20 kilometers from here at Manesar, I have a full-fledged R&D, which is focused on the South Asia business. And that's why we can achieve it. Yeah. So in the way I look at it, I mean, we are having a full coffee right now.
Yeah.
Nescafe, I don't know whether you'd call it legacy because it's still a tea drinking company. That's got around
Still has
6
grams of sugar.
yeah. But for a cold coffee, and I'm saying that's what, because, the, the generation today keeps on looking at it. Yeah. So I feel our brands have the muscle to be able to expand and occupy that mind space even for the Gen Z.
I'll give you
Yeah.
examples, two specific examples. There is a recent sauces brand which got into noodles. At a similar price point, they offer the promise of no refined flour, no palm oil, no MSG, obviously, and lower sodium than the other competitors without much compromise on taste. That is one. The other is a recently, founded protein wafer bar company, which is also doing about 100, 150 CR ARR. And that pits it directly again, say something like a Munch, where I know this was right below Nestle's nose to add some protein to the Munch wafer and make it a better product than what it already is. So these two spaces, I suddenly saw new brands come by and take a lot of incremental market share. You might be the market leader by virtue of the size that you have, by execution, and by the products that you make and the legacy of the brands. But is there any worry around there?
Absolutely. I'm not going to comment on the brands because that would
No.
not be fair. But I think the first thing, which is very, very important, is size or legacy should not become a disadvantage.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I spoke about fast, focused, flexible. Yeah. One of my learnings over, having worked for 3 decades is if your processes are not agile enough,
Hmm.
your size could become a disadvantage. Yeah. In my sort of outlook, any consumer need, which any kind of brand owner is able to fulfill in a sustainable manner with the right promises, I would be interested. Why would I not?
Yeah.
Yeah. But remember what I spoke about, any organization you meet, any CEO, any person working there would say, we want to be agile, we want to be fast, we want to be consumer.
Exactly.
That Mangalam is good intent. Yeah. We all want to be good human beings. Yeah. That's good intent. How do you convert it into a deliberate practice in an organization of 9,000 people? Yeah. And that's where I started with the technology piece. If I pick up signals faster, if I pick up consumer signals faster, I mean, when I left CPG 10 years back, end-to-end innovation to launch process could have taken 14 months. Today, we need to do it in 2 months while keeping all the safety standards at the same par. And that's where technology comes to play. So I have a lot of respect. I've worked with a lot of
New
new generation brands. They bring value to the table. And I do believe that all brand owners, and I especially we care about the food the Indian consumer has. And we will try to address all these segments. But we will do it in a Nestle way, which is make sure you're aware we make all our products. Yeah, 95% of it. We take a lot of pride that when the Indian consumer, when she picks up a product, she has that trust that everything will be, good. So we will do it in that manner, because launching a new product or a brand, in my opinion, is a one-way door. Yeah, if it goes wrong, it hurts consumer trust. And that is something which is a non-negotiable.
Make informed decisions with comprehensive analysis on the go.
Strengthen your portfolio with real-time market updates on the go. Create effective strategies with insightful expert opinions on the go.
Grow on the go with CNBC TV 18, now streaming live 24/7 on YouTube.
Hey, thank you for watching this on CNBC TV 18. Hope you liked it. For more such interesting news and updates, follow CNBC TV 18 on all the social media platforms.